Alright, so I'm going to be taking the boat out today for its little maiden. Looking for a spot here to kind of give it its little run. So let's just kind of walk you over here a little bit. This is California Preserve. This is where I wanted to run it. I didn't really want to get in something quite that deep. Maybe over here, kind of slick, walking across this. Maybe somewhere down this way. So somebody stacked up some rocks there. That's pretty cool. Alright, so it took me a minute to find a spot, but there we go. So we're gonna try this out right here. Okay, so the steering, reverse, there we go. Okay, much better. Well, I mean, it does work. I'm just going to troll it around here a little bit. 3D printed, guys. It's kind of a bear to turn though, and looks like getting in on low water affects it a lot too. So we'll stay out here where it's kind of thick. Let it turn naturally a little bit. Endpoints probably need to be adjusted or something, but that's not the point today. The point today is just to test it and not do stupid stuff. Okay, so we've been running around in here for a minute or two. Let's see if anything is inside. See if we get any moisture in here. Open it up, moment of truth. Yeah, there's a little bit in there. I don't know if it's enough to really hurt it or not, but there is a little. So we're going to have to work on waterproofing for sure. It's probably coming from here and probably even down there. But all in all, it's a successful test, I would say. Yeah, I don't know why it's, there we go. It's kind of funky, but you know, it does work. And it's got a little bit of speed to it. Should I really want to push it? I don't like the brake on it in the front. I will probably be changing that. I want it to brake a little bit more than that, and I think all that water is getting in there, which could potentially damage it. So I will be changing those features of it anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's working. It's got reverse, but it doesn't seem to want to really go in reverse. And there, I don't know what's up with that. It's like it needs the water inside just to even move. Which, you know, maybe I just don't understand how it works. I don't know. But I mean, there you go. Successful test, jet boat. I expect it'll go much, much faster if I really want it to. And like I said, this is not the point. The point today is just to make sure that it works. See what improvements it really needs, because I'm sure it needs something. Being 3D printed, that's pretty nice. Now I could go much further down there with it, and maybe I will, just to kind of showcase it here, but the whole point is I'm just kind of driving it around just to show you that it all does work. And when I run it fairly slow, it seems to work pretty good. Now my servo quit working, so let's find out what's going on there. It's working now. Maybe it's just got water in there. I don't know. Let's see if it works now. Yeah. Maybe it just got bound up. I mean, sometimes that happens too. Again, I'm just kind of trolling it around here. So the servo is not really liking that, so I'm wondering if it's getting more water. I'm just walking into a spider web. I wonder if it's getting more water than what it appears. So let's get it out of there. Take a peek at it really quick. See if we can get it apart before whatever's in there leaks out. Oh yeah, quite a bit of water in there. Now, it probably won't hurt anything in there, including the servo, if we let it dry out. Let's see if it works now. She's working. I mean, everything does seem to work. I do have to work on that waterproofing. So we're going to figure out a better solution for the lid and everything here to try to make it a better boat. But yeah, as far as does it work? Sure, it works. I think what's going on is it throws the water up here, gets down in here, that's part of it, and then the other part of it, it might be coming through here because there is a little bit of slack there on the shaft. So I don't know, maybe that's a thing, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it does work. It's awesome. As you can hear, listen to this. So endpoints are definitely something that need to be adjusted on it. Now that I know that it works, and I have basically a working prototype, I will go back and I'll work on some waterproofing, and I'll work on, I don't know, trying to do something with the servo too, just to give it a little more protection. Everything else I'm not too worried about it in there. The receiver's fairly waterproof. The motor, I mean, it's not even slightly warm. I don't know if they're waterproof or water resistant or any of that jazz, but it seems to be working pretty good so far. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. It's a great test for the first part here, and you know, obviously it gives me something to kind of work on, but that's okay. Let's see if we can find any holes or anything anywhere. I don't see any holes where water is going to be getting in. Everything appears to be pretty solid, you know, minus back here really. This right here, I went with the suggestion in the PDF file. It said to use a piece of shrink tubing on there and shrink it down. That's probably not the best option for that, so I'll come up with something different for that. And the lid itself. So the lid, I think, and you can see where all this is getting back here. I think that's where the majority of it's coming from. Yeah, that would be my guess anyway. So yeah, I'm going to work on that, guys, and we'll get it back out again at another date. So far, though, it's very successful. I'm pretty happy. What do you think? 3D printed. Don't really have much money in this thing here, and it seems to work pretty good. You know, there again, I got to work on some waterproofing, but yeah. So back to the drawing board to work on the problems, and we'll get it back out again later. All right, so that was the boat. Got some things to work on, but actually very happy with the test. Yeah, it works. It's not destroyed. Just got a little waterproofing things to work on, which I kind of suspected I would need that anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna get right to it, guys. We will definitely get this back out again, hopefully here soon. I don't know when, you know, it just all depends on time with me. So I know some people get a little frustrated with my time frame and stuff, but it really just depends on work and life and everything. So I will try to get to it sooner rather than later, and that's the best I can promise. So yeah, man, successful test, and we're gonna do some things to it and hopefully make it a lot better.